Welcome to another video, and I will be today re-reviewing the pmk-2 gas mask. I know this canteen isn't the one that went to the pmk-2, but it has the same connector for the hydration tube right here. It's sort of the this tube cloned the American quick disconnect. I'm just gonna get it out. As you can see, it's pretty much the same as the American versions. Just gotta tuck it in for now. Alright, so here's the mask. Has a voice diaphragm. Pretty good. Alright, before I get to the rest of the video, I'm just going to say my last video about it, the original one, wasn't that informative, and I just think it wasn't that good of a review, so I'm going to be redoing it. Now, this is something you shouldn't do when collecting gas masks, but I bought this because it looks cool. Yep. I just saw it on a YouTube video, and I said, that looks cool, I'll buy it. And it is a pretty cool looking mask. It's not the worst, but it's not the best mask. Alright, let's get on to the features of it. This has 2 ports, so you could put a plug here or another filter, or the adapter here. This is the 40mm GOST filter adapter, not NATO. Here's the exhale valve cover, which allows you to like twist it so you can exhale whichever direction. Here are the 2 triangular eyepieces. These have some outsert lenses, but I don't have them with me right now. And here's the drinking tube. The drinking tube, in my opinion, sits too far back, and I can't really reach it without pushing it in, or pushing this part of the mask towards me. So I'm going to put the mask on, and then I'll continue with the review.
So the PMK series was developed as a replacement for the hood style of respirators commonly used before the pmk-1 series, like the PMG, pmk-2 for military use, and the GP5 and GP5M for civilian use. And I think it would have been better if they just stuck with the hood style masks. Now the seal doesn't bother me all that much. Well, it doesn't bother me at all. But for some people, it bothers them too much, and that's why they prefer not to use the mask. As you can see, this mask is made of a really soft, low-quality rubber, but it works, so that's the important part. One thing I forgot to mention, and one thing I'll show you guys later in the video, is the lack of an oral nasal cup inside of the mask. So that's why it's fogging up right now. And when leaning like this, the mask sort of feels like it's going to break the seal, but it hasn't so far. So let's get on to the canteen. Normally the canteen would be a yellow sort of flask with the top on here, or the normal Russian canteen with an adapter. This is what it would look like, and you would push the drink tube in your mouth. Yeah, there's no water in the canteen, so I'm not going to drink through it. I already did a video drinking through it. So, another thing about this mask is its strap system. Now, it's actually pretty tight on my head, and it kind of hurts, but whatever. It has a 5-point rubber head harness strap system. I don't prefer rubber straps over fabric straps. I think fabric straps are superior in almost every way because they don't pull on your hair while tightening them. For example, when you pull on the straps on this mask to adjust them, it pulls on your hair and your hair gets stuck inside the strap covers. So that's why I just keep my hair short most of the time. Well, this part. And this mask isn't that comfortable when talking. It's kind of hurting my jaw now. So I'm going to continue the review with the mask off.
So this is the interior of the mask. As you can see, no oral nasal cup. Here's the drinking tube, voice diaphragm, and the plug and the GOST adapter. I don't have a pmk-1, but the pmk-1 was the mask that came before it. It came in a right or left-handed configuration with a metal 40mm GOST screw thread. As you can see, the rubber is pretty soft and prone to warping. And real quick, I'm gonna talk about the bag. There's not much to say because it's a bag. It's a pretty solid bag, and don't have anything more to say about it. So let's get on to the some other features of the mask. So I don't have the other replacement for it, the pmk-2. Might get one soon because the prices have come down. Well, once the seller gets them back in stock, because they're like $60 compared to $100 from some other sellers. But anyway, the pmk-2 has a nose cup, so I'm guessing it doesn't fog as much, which is something that this mask really needed. And I'm not sure, it doesn't look like the straps are improved that much, but the eyepieces are bigger, giving you a bigger field of view, and I think the mask does not, and I think the pmk-2 does not run small. So that being said, I'd rate this mask 5 out of 10, maybe 6. But for collectors, it's a pretty good piece to have, as these are not the most common masks, and in the future they might be rare, who knows. So I picked this mask up for about $50, full kit. Some of the pieces I'm missing now, like the filter sock, and yeah, the filter sock is the only thing I'm missing. As you can see, it's a size 2, dated 1995. I'm gonna remove the exhale valve cover, and I'm gonna show you what's under it. So this is the exhale valve cover. It has an additional little valve. If you pull this, you can see the inside of the mask. Of course, it's pretty dark in there. And you screw the exhale valve cover on like this. Alright, now let's talk about the PMK series in general. I believe it started when the Soviets noticed the Americans were making a new 40mm mask, which is the XM40 at the time, later the M40 series. And some people say, well, this came out, the PMK-1 came out in the late 80s, so they're not copying them. Well, the XM40 was being worked on at that time, so it was pretty much common knowledge then. So they created the pmk-1. I don't have that mask, so I can't really comment on it, but I'm guessing it's not too, I'm guessing it's pretty similar to this, except except the diaphragm cover and the eye lenses are colored black, as well as one 40mm thread. So the pmk-1 was created in the late 80s and used with the GP7K, not the GP7K, the PMK filter. And I would consider it a superior mask to this just because of the 40mm thread, and you didn't have to install anything on it. Well, they also had left-handed configurations where the filter would be on this side, and right-handed configurations, so anyone could shoot with it. So this pretty much wraps up this review. Like and subscribe for more, and goodbye.